guys, welcome. This is chemistry that I'll be taking you as for now, and my name is Muhammad Luo, also known as Luas Kasanda. So I'm the greatest scientist in this Bahrain or Zambia as our country. So I want to help my fellow Zambians that we have to understand how to balance the chemical equation. It's one of the major topics which are found in chemistry. So now there's this question which is saying balance the following equation. So I want to digest this question and make it simple to my fellow pupils or to my fellow students to understand this one, and when they are solving they should be smiling. So now we have the simplest way of how to solve this balancing of chemical equation, where here this side we have the reactants. We know that at the left side we have the reactant, so meaning there was that phosphorus was reacting with oxygen gas. So this oxygen gas, sorry, this is solid, so this is need to be G. Yeah. So phosphorus as a solid reacts with oxygen, which is a gas. They form phosphorus oxide. So now I want to balance this equation. We know that when balancing the equation, we talk about the number of atoms. We only balance the number of atoms, but how do we balance it? We use moles. So now here there's a reactant side. This side, it is called the reactant. These are called the reactants, and these guys here, it is called what? A product. So we want to balance the number of atoms, where to the left side they should be equal to the right side. So now what do? We say we have the left, which is L, and we have the right here. So now let's try to balance this equation. Here we take about the first element that we have. We have phosphorus, so this is P. Then we have also what? Oxygen, the name of element, which is oxygen, and the symbol. So now we have phosphorus again here, which is, let's try to say P. Then we have oxygen, which is 5 here. We're going to put oxygen like this. So now what you have to do, after just listing the names of the elements or the symbol of the elements, what you have to do is now you do a equal sign, you do a equal sign, you do a equal sign. How many phosphorus do we have here? We have one phosphorus. Since there's no any other phosphorus, if there's just a letter, like for example, we have just P, meaning that how many phosphorus we have? We have one. So what we are going to have one atom of phosphorus. Let's go to oxygen. How many oxygen do we have? Here is indicating that it is 2. So meaning oxygen how many? Yeah, 2. So now let's go to the right side. So the right side that we have phosphorus here, it's what? 2. Here, remember when I say when it is written 2, it is what? It is 2. So here it is 2, I'll put 2 here. Oxygen, it is what? 5 here. So I have to put 5. So now I have to ask ourselves this question: is this guys balanced? They are not balanced because here phosphorus is 1, here it's what? 2. So we need to balance this phosphorus. Again, oxygen here is 2, here is 5. So what you have to do is that where it is high, you balance, you increase where it is low. So where it is low, it is the left side. So here phosphorus, it is 1. What we need to do? We need to put we need to indicate that here phosphorus we do put let's say 2. So on putting 2 this side, we indicate as a 2 here. As you see, as you have seen, we have 2. So now, since this 2, it has balanced. But now, let's look at oxygen. Oxygen, it is 2. Here it's 5. So how would oxygen balance? Again, we need to indicate another number. So meaning that oxygen, for it to be 5, for it to be this one, let's try to put 5. So when we put 5 here, 5 times this one to be what? 10. So meaning that these atoms will increase to be what? 10 instead of 5. Sorry. It will be 10, but here to be 5. So we need to increase again this other side. This other side it is what? 2. So I have to put 2. If this 2, sorry, I need to explain that this 2, it is a mole. This mole, you don't add it on the middle or at the where oxygen is. We add at the first name. We add at the first. This mole we add it first time. Where there's the name of the compound. The name of the compound is phosphorus. So we add it first while starting. So we are going to put 2 here. So means that this 2, it will increase 2 times 1 to be what? 4. This 2 will multiply now. 2, it will multiply then to be 4. So 2 to multiply then to be 4. So what you have to, we cancel, to have 4. Then when you say 2 times this one to be what? 10. So since it is 10, meaning that oxygen has balanced, but phosphorus it has not balanced. Like I was saying that we need to balance the number of atoms, right? So here this 2 to multiply to be 4. That's why we have 4 here. So this one we're going to multiply is going to be what? 10. So I said again, like the more we have to add it first. If I use local language, which is Zambia now, that it too looks so good. You have to make sure that it is at it looks so good, right? One name of the compound. The name of the compound, it is this one, phosphorus oxide. So we have to add two to the at first, not to the end or to the last part of the compound. So we put 2. These 2 to affect everything. So 2 to be 2 times this one to be what? 4. And 2 times 1 to be what? 10. Now let's look at the left side. Here it is 10 here. Remember, I've put 5 here. It was saying it is 10 because here it's only affecting oxygen because oxygen here is 1. So when we multiply 5 times 2, it is what? 10. Oxygen it has balanced. But now phosphorus isn't balanced. So means that this 2, we need to erase it. We are going to erase it. When we look for a number which we're going by, since it is 4, we are going to erase this 2. We are going to put a 4 here. It doesn't matter the number that you're going to use to balance the equation. It's not only 2, but you can use different numbers. You can use 4, 5, or 16. So meaning that after you have done this, you ask yourself, is the equation balanced? Yes, here, because here it is 4. Here it's 4. Here it is 2. Here it is 2. Your equation is balanced. So what you have to do in an exam is that you rewrite it. To rewrite it, you're going to say 4 moles of phosphorus, which is a solid, plus 5 moles of oxygen, giving us what we have as 2 moles of phosphorus oxide. So we are going to have 5 here and the state symbols. So this is your equation called the balanced equation. So this is what you are expected to do. Mind you, don't put a 5 here because 5 here, don't put it at the end, put it at the first. If the compound, for example, oxygen, phosphorus and oxygen, they are together, what you have to do, add them all at the first. Don't put moles, like for example, as you think like you want to show the examiners that you are so wise indeed, you put a, let me say for example, you put a 2 here. It's not the balanced one. It's not how we balanced. What you have to do, you balance it like this one, not like this one. So this one is considered as a cross. So thank you for understanding this. But there is another way where we can present it. I'll present it in another video. Thank you.